Hey, what's going on, fellas? Urban RedPill here. You know the slogan, men first, no matter what they say. Men first. Today, what I want to speak about, if you guys just follow me with this analogy for a second, I want you to imagine walking into a party. Let's say a house party. The moment you walk in, you have some people looking at you. You have some people smirking at you. You have some grinning and some laughing. You're looking around and everybody's doing the same thing. For some reason, they just have different expressions on the way that they do it. Some are just laughing at you, grinning. You look at them, they may look away. And you get this sense of confusion, like, what the hell's going on? And the reason why I use that analogy is because if you look at the United States and you look at the way the United States is run and the way it treats men, basically that party you walked in, the joke is you. While you're sitting there looking around trying to figure out what's so goddamn funny, well, the joke is you. Everyone's laughing at you. And they may be laughing at you because not only did you pay for all the food at the party, not only did you by yourself sit and set up all the festivities, you set up you bought all the drinks, you pretty much just made everything cozy and comfortable for everybody else, and you did it all by yourself without no one having to do a goddamn thing. And you think that that is something that you should be petted on the head for like a puppy. And what happens is instead of them giving you gratitude, they look at you as a fucking joke. Now, if you look at the United States and how it treats men, it's kind of like the same thing. The United States is one fucking clown party, one big clown party. Everybody's having fun. Everybody's enjoying the fruits of your labor. Everyone is in the game trying to figure out a way to trick you into not realizing that you're being enslaved. And while they're doing this, you're the joke. Look at the commercials, you're the joke. The government's in on the joke. Women are in on the joke. Your relatives are in on the joke. Your auntie's in on the joke. Your mother is in on the joke. Mothers have no problem with throwing their sons under the bus for the sake of the joke, which is at the end of the day, how can we figure out a way to fool these men into thinking them being a slave with nothing in return, and a voluntary slave at that, slaving away with nothing in return, and they're supposed to fucking feel good about it, which they know it's a joke. That's why they're laughing at you. Corporations are in on this. Everyone is using men as a mockery, making fun of the servitude that they do offer because why everybody is benefiting from it. And at some point, how do we how long do we sit and just like let this idle by all for the sake of what? Man up. Everyone's telling you to take responsibility of other people's crap, but you don't even get anything in return. You don't have authority over anything that you're responsible for. They want you to pay this. They don't even give a crap about you being a father to your kids. All they want you to do is just freaking pay. And you actually have men out here that do this with a smile on their face, and they think that this is them taking care of their child or this is the manly thing to do. And at the end of the day, the joke's on you. That's why they're treating you like this. How could a government, a society, women, children, how can they respect you when they know they're all spitting on you? and you're sitting there laughing about it, and you're trotting on thinking that you're doing something that's worth something, and they that to them is not worth anything. I just it's a little frustrating to constantly on I see these things on a daily basis. If a day goes by and I don't see some type of fuckery with these guys acting like, well-behaved slaves, I mean, my goodness, you have men actually taking care of other kids, multiple kids that are not even theirs, that and they know they're not theirs, and they're saying that that's just the manly thing to do. And he's not understanding when she's with her friends or when he's not around. You see the look these women give these guys. The friends give this nice little chuckle that he never catches. He thinks that, everything is nice and dandy, but really the joke's on him. The kids don't respect you. The joke's on you. Look how the government treats men. Shut the hell up and keep paying. That's it. Well, we don't have anything. We don't get anything, but we don't give a damn. Just keep paying. At what point will us as a collective get fed up with this shit? Look at the marriage laws. Someone explain to me what the fuck is a no-fault divorce? Ask yourself, what does that even mean? There's a reason for everything. If you made a decision to marry and take vows or, to get in that legal binding contract, when the union ends, there is a fault. Someone is at fault, whether it's the man or the woman. And see, this plausible deniability is like inside that legislation, if you really think about it. What the fuck is no fault divorce? What they're saying is because they understand 80% of the fault is the woman. So what they do to deny her of any responsibility or any shame, no fault. But at the end of the day, whatever it is, it's still the man's fault because guess who always ends up paying at the end of the day? You do. His fault, her fault, doesn't even fucking matter. You pay. The joke's on you. You see what I'm saying? Look at the whole wedding thing. Look at the whole wedding thing. You're in some plain tuxedo. You get down on one knee. Basically, you've already admitted to servitude to her by getting down on a knee in the first place. Of course, she accepts. Look at the look in her friends' faces. They have these smirks on their faces. You can always see it. And the smirk is that you're the joke. They love to see a hive member. In other words, they live through these hive members. If one of the hive members is able to convince a guy to sign over his freedom, his resources, and his provision over for vagina, they still feel as a collective that they still have the power. That's the reason why they're able to be happy for her. Even though it's not happening to them, they could be happy for her. And the man is the joke. That's why you just put on this black and white tux. It's that you could wear the same thing to a wedding, to a funeral. It doesn't even matter. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck because you're the joke. At some point, now it's to the point. The information is out there now. Women have shown their hand via social media and pretty much running amok out here like a bunch of cat pharaoh. You can see it just walking out your door. What sane, rational guy in his freaking mind at this point will agree for this union? Think about it like this, and I'm not going to hold y'all too much. This is just something I was thinking about this all day. It's been bothering me. And a matter of fact, some of this is it was a commenter. I read his comment at the end of this video that kind of had me thinking and got me into the mode to even do this video in the first place. And think about it like this: women are their allegiance is to a system. Their allegiance, their love, their commitment, and their dedication is to the system. Well, on the streets, they call it the game, to the game. The game is, or the system is, the institution of marriage, gynocentrism, feminism, all of these, different institutions that benefits them through men resources. In other words, their commitment is to that system, not basically the man. They need the man for the system to work. So what they would do is they will fool the man into thinking that her commitment is with him, when that's not really what the case is. Her commitment is with the system. Women want marriage because the marriage is the system. They cannot get in that system, and it cannot be funded without a wallet, a male wallet. Without the male wallet, the marriage as a whole system is worthless. Women are dedicated to that game, to that system, to that trick. Everybody's in on this trick, but men. But men. That's why it's nothing for you to see a woman that has been married once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, some cases even 5 times. Why? Is because her allegiance is with the system. Her love is for the system. She doesn't care how many men she runs through the system, but her love for that system, she has to go through that. And that's why they will have multiple marriages. They will have multiple kids from different men. It's because these things are what keeps them dedicated and entangled to that system. But the ace card the man has is she cannot participate in these systems without fooling you. If she can't fool you, she has no participation there. You can't get married without a sucker getting on his knees and asking to be enslaved. That's how the game works. That's why you ice these fuckers out, man. They call me Iceman. I iced them out. My veins are frozen. I don't give them nothing. Anything where they need me to walk closer to the system, the game, they can miss me with that. I don't even get close to it. I don't even stick my toes in the pool of that system. And it's about time that guys wake up, have some self-respect, have some dignity for yourself, have some love for yourself, and stop getting yourself entangled in this system. Because like I said at the beginning of the video, the system, which you walk into, everyone's laughing at you. Oh, we got another sucker. We're going to go ahead and we're going to strip this guy down to his bare knuckles until he has nothing. Lawyers are in on this. Everybody's in on the joke but men. They're sitting back laughing at us. You think these family court attorneys are not sitting in their office somewhere in the high rise chuckling at how stupid we are to keep getting ourselves entangled in this stuff? They got case files all the way up the wazoo on their desk, when all he had to do was not do it. At the end of the day, for the rest of them, marriage is an institution for them to extract your resources. For the man side, it's more of a it is my goodness, man. We gotta wake up, fellas. Gotta wake up. I'm gonna keep these messages going. Before I go, I would like to read a comment from one of the commenters on the ice those fuckers out videos. If you could check it out, his name is Art Stanton. And quote, for 40 years, there was a war on men, and men could not be allowed to know because men are experts at war. Enter the internet and social media. Female nature exposed for all to see. There is no feminine mystique. It is a series of manipulative tactics designed to extract the maximum amount of resources, and we know that now. Now that we are aware of the war, we can effectively fight. You can't fight a war that you don't know is happening. What do? Ice these bitches out. See them for what they truly are, agents of the system, intent on convincing men to enslave themselves to the government through marriage. See how incapable they are of leading their own lives, how they congratulate themselves for adulting today or got my pants on, praise me. They have gained battlefield acreage, but have captured no strategic points, instead swarming corporate America to the vain hope of attracting and snapping that CEO pet wallet. They cannot hold on without our help, so deny them that help. We win by not helping, by not pouring our energy, our hearts, and souls into this evil system. We win by improving ourselves, by seeking our truth and enlightenment. We win by going our own way, which we ought to do as sovereign human beings, beholden to no one. That's a great post, Art Stanton. You guys go check that out, and maybe you can kind of intervene with that conversation. But that's all I got to say on this video. You guys take care, man. Like I say, men first. And at some point, man, you know, I have a deeper faith that men will come to a realization as a collective. Maybe not 100%, but it is such a shame that, red pill minded guys is such a very, very small niche community. And until that changes, the joke will always be on us. You guys take it easy.